Today, I'm pleased to stand with this impressive group of leaders and advocates representing law enforcement agencies and organizations from across the country. They're here to support President Obama's historic nomination of Judge Sonia Sotomayor to the Supreme Court. As many of the law enforcement leaders here can attest, Judge Sotomayor's criminal justice record on and off the bench is exemplary. From her years as a prosecutor in the New York City District Attorney's Office to her years as a trial judge on the federal bench and then 10 years on the appellate court, she has an extraordinary record of following and defending and upholding the rule of law. I'm going to release the results of a comprehensive study conducted by the majority staff of the Senate Judiciary Committee. It speaks to Judge Sotomayor's record of being tough on crime. We reviewed more than 800 criminal cases. It can be said with confidence that Judge Sotomayor is unquestionably a consensus judge on criminal justice issues. In fact, Judge Sotomayor's criminal justice record proves she's a moderate judge whose decisions in criminal cases rarely differ from those of her colleagues in the federal bench. As a former prosecutor, I looked at this specifically. And in more than 400 criminal cases, she decided with Republican-appointed judges, and those Republican-appointed judges, considering the same arguments and evidence in the same panel as Judge Sotomayor, agreed with her more than 97% of the time. I say this because she treats criminal matters as not a partisan matter, but as a nonpartisan matter. As the majority committee study reveals on the appellate court, Judge Sotomayor affirmed criminal convictions 92% of the time, reversed convictions only 2% of the time. She was particularly consistent in upholding convictions involving the most serious of offenses. In violent crimes, she affirmed convictions 98% of the time, including significant terrorism and organized crime cases. I think a lot of this reflected her experience as a prosecutor, where she gained practical experience about the real-world challenges and the dangers that police officers face every day. As a prosecutor, she dealt with those police officers every day. She learned about the pain and frustration and sense of violation that crime victims experience. She worked with the police officers as a prosecutor, and she worked side by side with crime victims in her quest for justice for these ordinary Americans. It's no surprise to me that she has a strong record of being fair to the police in criminal cases. When the country hears from her next week at her confirmation hearing, I have no doubt it will agree with these groups: the Fraternal Order of Police, the National Association of Police Organizations, the National Sheriff's Association, the National District Attorneys Association, where I had the honor to serve once as the vice president, the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association, the National Latino Peace Officers Association, the Major City Chiefs Association, and the Police Executive Research Forum. They're all represented here. They all say she's an impressive, qualified nominee to serve on the nation's highest court. And one last thing I should mention. Just this morning, the American Bar Association announced that they gave her the unanimous, well-qualified rating of Judge Sotomayor. That is the highest rating that the American Bar Association can give any judge. They did it unanimously. It's a confidential peer review evaluation of her professional qualifications, her integrity, her professional competence, and her judicial temperament, and it's resulted in the highest rating possible. Well, they can raise the concerns they want. This is a mainstream civil rights organizations that, just like Mayor Bloomberg and others, I'm proud of what they've done. There seems to be some people seem to worry that if you have somebody that actually represents people maybe in minorities, that somehow that's suspicious. I don't feel that way at all.